So it's now Monday morning, and I go ahead and message Fat Joe and tell him, I gotta hit record now. We get to chopping it up. He says, if it is what it is, he'll go ahead and put it on the mixtape that he's gonna drop. So he asked for the record. He said, if you can get it to me by X date, it's all love. I'll go ahead and do that. So, I'm still excited. I'm still motivated, and he wanted me to send him the record. I didn't send it yet, cause now I want to shoot a video for it. So I start planning that out. Now, I'm not going to go in depth or step by step. It gets a little rowdy, because now Fat Joe needs to wreck it by X amount of date, but me, just being the person who I am, I like to exceed expectations. So I stopped planning to shoot the music video that very Friday. So I start brainstorming. I contact my videographer who I trust. He did one of my first videos ever, and just like myself, he's improved so much in his craft. Like he's top notch, if you ask me. He actually ended up shooting the Contigo video. We had a hiccup, and he wasn't able to do it at the time. We weren't able to do it at the time. But I still start planning for it, because every time I make a move, I like having plan A, B, and C. If one don't work, then I go with the other plans. And I start getting everything else ready. I start thinking of location. And one of my boys has a mansion. So when I wrote the record, I mentioned the word mansion, because I pictured myself in that moment shooting the video in the mansion. But unfortunately, my boy wasn't available, so we couldn't get the mansion. I started hitting other avenues through my network. I was able to get the film studio. Then I wanted to make sure everything else was in line, even though the videographer wasn't on board yet. I wanted to make sure everything else was in line in case the opportunity presented itself where he can be available. So I got the photographer. He's an excellent dude, my man Jason. I love working with him, man. He's professional, and in everything that he does. He's a good vibe. After having the location and possibly the videographer and the photographer, then I needed models. So we will have that conversation for the next day. But right now, I'm getting all this together and I'm aligning everything up. So this actually takes place Monday and Tuesday. It becomes a little stressful on my end, because unfortunately my manager, he's not local right now. He's away. He's still able to make some moves, but it's not the same when you're here and you can make. Why do you think a lot of these studios in Hollywood come out to Hollywood because it's local. Like, they're not shooting in Rhode Island. Got love for Rhode Island, but I'm just trying to set an example so that you guys get a better understanding. But I've always been a loyal guy, like or a genuine guy. I never come across I could punch on you. I like to give respect. I always come across with respect. I'm not disrespectful at all. I've obviously evolved from the person whom I used to be, but it reminds me of this one time I was shooting another music video for this record that I got all in, and I ended up getting a hold of a DJ who's a real cool dude. His name is DJ Juice. I was able to get the venue where he's DJing at. I want to say it was a Friday night. Can't recall. But it was like at a bar in Pasadena. And when I was shooting the video, again, I had already moved away from my initial team. This is me surrounding myself with new people and trying to entrust new people. And when I got a hold of these people were from Watts. So I had the meeting out in Watts with them about the video, and they're real cool, real genuine. When they came out to shoot the video, they also had an artist, and they came out pretty thick. So when we're inside this bar, one of the artists lights up a joint, and the security sees that and kicks him out. Now, being the guy who I am, I felt responsible because that person was there because of me. That's just my train of thought, how I think about always showing love and how I would treat people, because I wanted the same in return. But I realized I was wrong. So I go talk to the security, and he's like, yo, I know you shooting the video, but my man gotta go. So I stick my neck out for him. I was like, look, man, if he apologizes, can he get set back in? He's like, nope, absolutely not. And I was like, well, if he gets kicked out, then I'm gonna get kicked out. I don't want to go back in. And the security said, sure, no problem, you're out too. So I ended up getting kicked out. At the same token, my people's on inside. My personal DJ Callo, he's inside. And I went with family members, extended family members. But as I'm getting kicked out, I'm outside, I'm texting them, and I'm like, yo, I can't go back in. Let's ride out. I don't get a text back. This goes on for about an hour. I'm hot at that point. And again, I start thinking, what am I doing? Dealing with people like this. they not like me. I gotta surround myself with people who, birds of the same feather flock together, right? So it hurt me a little bit. Because these people are there for my video shoot. And they functioning. So it brought me to a realization once again. I'm making the wrong decisions. I'm trusting people. Not everyone has the same train of thought. Where how I grew up with loyalty in South Central. So I expect what I give out. Because that's, in South Central, your neighbor or whoever, wherever you live. But mainly in the hood, you come across with respect. Because if you disrespect, it means it's going to be an issue. So you always show love and respect, right? I don't blame them. I don't blame DJ Khaled. He was young. How many of us didn't make bad mistakes when we were young? God says we gotta forgive others, right? In order to be forgiven. I forgive them. I forgive everybody. Where I'm at today. So as I'm putting this music video together, it brought me back to that moment. Because I'm thinking, who do I gotta reach out to now? I gotta be very careful. To be quite frank with you guys, I'm like 50% in. If the record takes off, then great. But if it doesn't, I'm not gonna be disappointed. Cause how many artists that you know can say or have had records with big artists? Now that's I'm not stunning on you guys. I'm trying to make a point. So as I'm putting this music video together, I started thinking of the capabilities. It's gonna come around. You're gonna catch it, watch. Watch this. The fact that I was able to have a conversation with Fat Joe is big. Not a lot of artists are doing that right now. Prior to Fat Joe, I was having conversations with The Game. He's a real solid dude. Between The Game and Fat Joe, I'm having conversations with Silk the Shocker and Master P. Master P is the shoot. Who didn't want to be a No Limit soldier at some point? I'm grateful to have that acknowledgement, to have had the minor career that I did, to be able to open for major artists and be the lead opener, which means right before them, not the artist at 7 o'clock when the main act comes on at 12. I'm on at 11:30 with a half-hour slot. And with the half-hour slot, I have my records, but I would always show love to the artists I was trying to put on. And I'll give them a slot so they can do their record. So Fat Joe's cool. He said, okay, I see you. And then I told him, if this record's not the hottest record on the mixtape, then tell me it's not. And tell me which record it is so that I can come back with a hotter record. Now that's just the competitive atmosphere that we all have. So Monday and Tuesday I'm starting to get a little stressed. And my wife's patience is starting to run a little low. Because now, where's all my time going? Unfortunately, my manager, he's not local. So now I got different challenges approaching. I don't have the videographer yet. I don't have models yet. And the main challenge is, now my wife is asking, where is our family time?